A new month, so a new video, and in this video I will be explaining how we spent 600k and generated 3 million euros in revenue with only Facebook and Instagram ads. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Sam and I run a e-commerce agency. So what we do is we scale our clients' e-commerce brands with profit using a very specific strategy. So our main focus is Facebook, Instagram. We also use platforms like Google and TikTok as well. I didn't include that, so this is a report for all clients combined. I will also refresh it so you can see it's the real deal. So I think we spend around 1 to 200k extra on Google and TikTok. So Meta is our biggest platform for the clients we scale, and yeah, I think we have an extra 500k in revenue. So the total amount of revenue is, I think, about 3.5 million in just 1 month we generate for all our clients combined. This is due to an amazing job of our team members. We have senior only, real hardcore media buyers who actually know how to deliver results. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to dive into the learnings we got out of the month July. First of all, I'm going to quickly tell you how can we actually scale our clients with profit on a consistent basis. And then we'll dive into the actual learnings. So what we are recently doing is surf scaling. So how can you actually go to 20 to 50k days, if not higher? A good structure, so don't waste money and don't compete with the market. Get your numbers right and focus on your strategy. So like you've seen here, we spent almost 600k, generated 3 million euros in revenue. And what I'm about to do is I'm going to dissect the strategy we use. I'm going to dive into separate accounts to actually show you the work. But how can we do it? It's, I think, 80% focus. So we don't do anything else. We just scale clients with online advertising. So that's our main focus for the past 4 years. We have a proven track record. You don't spend out of nowhere 600k in ad spend for Facebook and Instagram. And what we do is we also like to look at some other components of the business from our clients. So for example, we look at their stock management, we look at their numbers and profit, content, and also tracking. So our main focus is running ads on these platforms, and then we also like to combine it with all the other things that are super important for scaling and running an e-commerce business. So that's why we're able to scale with profit. And what I'm about to show you is the separate accounts. So for the first account, let me refresh this. You can see that we have spent 55k in ad spend, and we have generated 212k with an average ROAS of 3.9. So this was a very good month for this client, a little bit less than the month before, but overall a very good month. Then what I'm about to show you is what I mentioned here, surf scaling. So for this client, actually yesterday, we surf scaled on the ad account. So what do? We increase the budget every 1 to 2, maybe 3 hours to see if we are still profitable. And as you can see here, yesterday we scaled to 20k with an increase of 70% compared to the day before. And if you know the right strategy to surf scale, if you know how to implement it, you can actually scale to 20, 30, 40, 50k days, if not higher, like I mentioned here in the file as well. And I will be making a separate video on how we do this, but this is actually a game changer for not only this client, but also other clients. Because if you can get 50k days and you normally do 10k days, and if you can do that for multiple days in the month, because you cannot do it every day. I have to be honest with that. You cannot surf scale every day. But if Facebook, the market and everything allows it, then make fucking use of it. Because otherwise, you're leaving money on the table. So this is a really big game changer for us in the month of July. We actually implemented this surf scaling strategy with multiple clients and we got amazing results. So if you're not doing this, please look it up, do it. I will be also making a separate video on how you can do it yourself. But this is actually a game changer. So for this client, another one, we spent 19k and generated almost 190k in revenue with a very high ROAS. We actually got a record month for this client. As you can see here, the gross sales were 400k with an increase of almost 50% compared to the month before. As you can see here, we have selected last month. So yeah, really amazing, almost no discounts. Returns are basically the same. So really good month for this client. Broke all records. So yeah, amazing to see. Actually, for this client, the goal was 300k. So we outcompeted with almost 100k, which was amazing. Then for this client, we spent 12k, brought in 48k in revenue. Then for this client, we have spent 35k with a lower ROAS. This client is actually profitable with a 1.8 ROAS. So still very profitable with 90k in extra revenue. For this client, we spent 70k and generated 180k with a ROAS of 10. Super high as well. Very good month for this client. They sell swimwear, so obviously July is a very good month to sell it. Then for this client, you see that the ROAS here is like 37. This isn't correct. So what we use for this client is a tracking software, and I would advise you to use a tracking software if you are spending on multiple platforms, if your email marketing is very high, and if your organic sales are also very high, because then you get like a clear understanding. You don't have the over-reporting because this doesn't add up. So a 37 ROAS is way too high. So what we use is like a tracking software, this platform, and so you can see the actual revenue we got in is 219k combined with 3 platforms like Pinterest, Google, and Meta. The ROAS here is still very good, like 14.7. So we are actually scaling it up to see if we can get some more revenue in, but we also have to take stock into accountability, because that's a bit of a problem for this client. But most of all, we generated amazing results. So 290k, and for Facebook the revenue was 137. So you can see if we go into the ads manager, it's way less than the amount in the ads manager. So we had some tracking issues, which also got some over reporting, but still this client has massive over reporting in the ads manager. So that's why we also use this platform. That's basically what we do. For this client, we were managed to almost get the record month as well, but you can see here that we have increased their revenue with 24% compared to the month before. So we generated 570k in revenue, so more than $500,000. We do all the advertising for this client, so amazing to see that we generated like these amount of numbers in the month of July, because normally the month of July isn't that great for them. So amazing to see as well. Then for this client, let me see, we have spent 25k, generated 38k in 83k in revenue with a ROAS of 3.24. Then to quickly jump back to this client, what I mentioned in the file here, like good structure, don't waste money. What I see in a lot of ad accounts I get access to is that they have like all these crazy campaigns, traffic campaigns, focusing their budget on like 50% retargeting. Don't do that, because you're wasting money. You want to get sales in, so your only objective has to be purchases. Of course, maybe you can do like a little traffic campaign, but I saw some accounts that like spent 50% of their budget on traffic campaigns and then the other 50% on retargeting. And you don't want to do that anymore. You want to be profitable on your top of the funnel, because if you're profitable on your top of the funnel, you can scale on a consistent basis. Then the other thing I saw, because we had an amazing month, but some of the accounts were also like on a decrease. So you don't want to compete with the market. If the market doesn't want to buy, the market doesn't want to buy. You can advertise, with the craziest ads, but if the market doesn't want to buy, so if the people don't want to buy because it's like, for example, summer, maybe it's like, some other reason, You don't want to compete with the market. So please decrease the budget a little bit. Don't keep spending and look at your numbers, because if you don't have your numbers right, you don't know if you can scale or maybe downscale in your budget, because, well, you don't know if you're profitable at all. So please get your numbers right. I see this problem all the time with prospects, but also with, no, not with existing clients, because we cover this part for all our new clients that come in, but I see this all the time. I'm on a call with a new client with, an ad account that is running on a very big budget, and they just don't know what their profitability is. They don't know their break-even ROAS, they don't know their max CPA, so how much they can spend on a purchase. And that's like crazy to me, because if you don't know when you are profitable, you don't know if you can scale or downscale. And that's exactly what we cover in the first thing if you join as a client to our agency. So we use this calculator, so we can exactly calculate what the break-even ROAS is, what the max CPA is, and then we can get like targets above that. So if your, for example, break-even ROAS is like 2.52 in this example here, we maybe say to a client, okay, let's run all the ads on a 2.8 ROAS, for example. So we have some margin there, and then we can actually see how much profit comes in, if we can scale or maybe we have to downscale. And that's like a really big game changer. I will be also explaining this in a separate video as well, covering this part, because this is very important. And yeah, I think if I'm on a call with a new client, 90% of them don't know their profit margin. And that is crazy to me, because you really have to know your profit margin in order to scale with profit. So that's all combined. If you're interested in finding out more about what we do, just click the link below, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.